What's up, guys? Welcome to AMS Weekly Week 18. My name is Alex. I am the owner of AMS Transfers. We are a custom screen print and DTF transfer business. This week we have a 168 t-shirt order front and back that needs to go out. We have luggage tags that we are doing sublimation on and is new for us. We also have to get this automatic screen printing press up and running. If you guys missed last week, we took delivery of it and it did have some damage. So this week we are really hoping that we can get it up and running. We also had a 252 unit WW transfer order placed over the weekend that we need to get out today. So if you guys are interested in this, running your own t-shirt business or any of the following, make sure you guys stay tuned. If this is your first time watching, I would really appreciate it if you guys could hit the big red subscribe button down below. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Just got into the shop at 7:15 this morning. Time is currently 9:32. I have just been working on getting the full color up and running and getting all of the designs that were ordered over the weekend for our custom full color transfers, and just making sure that we could get these all printed and shipped today because we do have a 1 business day turnaround time. But for right now, I think I am going to leave those running on the printer. In the meantime, I'm going to get the air compressor that we picked up over this weekend all set up. It looks like, from the look of it, we got to put the wheels on, and then there is another back part that kind of helps the air compressor rest. So gonna have to get started assembling that. We ended up going with the 26-gallon ultra quiet Fortress brand from Harbor Freight. Hopefully this will treat us well. It did have good reviews on Harbor Freight. I'm just a little worried that it might not be enough power in terms of like being able to keep the auto running. But we'll just have to see about that. This was basically one of the largest ones that I could have gotten without having to put in a 230 outlet. So this works pretty well. See how it works. Got to get this set up and keep the full color running. Guys, got the air compressor set up. It was just 2 nuts, not too hard. I'm not sure if you guys can even tell right now because it's just so quiet, but it actually is on. Currently building pressure. Yeah, this thing is super quiet. I am quite impressed with how quiet it is. I mean, they said it was ultra quiet, but I've been used to the pancake compressors, which are super loud. I didn't think that it was possible for them to be this quiet, but this is awesome. Definitely a manageable noise. And honestly, one that is gonna make like wanting to build the enclosure around it pretty like challenging, because I'm not gonna wanna do it. It like I don't really need to, you know what I mean? That's like not a bad noise, and depending on how often it kicks on, that's totally a manageable noise. The enclosure might be put on hold right now, pending how long we can deal with that noise. But I think it should be a long time. It's not that bad. In the meantime, though, Michaela has been crushing it on these luggage tags. They look absolutely beautiful, insanely good. These are for a local school in the area. They're doing them kind of as like giveaway gifts for the end of the year. They look awesome. We have 95 of these to do. So Michaela is going to crush those. I should go check on the DTF printer. I can't believe getting that set up was so easy. It was literally just 2 bolts, plug it in, and all done. Alright guys, got it connected to the air compressor, and the air compressor actually just kicked on. We probably got about 15 cycles on it before it needed to kick on. Got the air compressor running at 90 psi. The machine needs 80 psi, so I got it running a little bit higher, and then everything is still looking good on here. The pressure is a little low, so I might need to increase the PSI on the regulator at the air compressor, but seems to be working pretty well so far. Just kind of doing some testing, seeing how many times the air compressor is going to kick on while running it in auto. And yeah, just make sure that the air compressor we got is the proper size, and we don't need to upgrade to a larger tank or anything like that. sorry I didn't get much footage today. Today was a super busy day. All of the full colors all packaged up. Got the luggage tags packaged up in the box on top, and then the 2 screen print orders that we had to do today, plus our adapter flasks. Got those ready to go. Tomorrow I think is going to be the day that we get some ink on the screen and try out our automatic press. It's Tuesday morning. Got into the office at 7:25 this morning. A little later than usual. Traffic was pretty bad. But we are just getting started on today's order. We have to print the 168 shirts that I was talking about earlier. Got to get the transfers printed for those so that we can cut them up, get them ready to apply to the shirts, and get those pressed. Michaela is just loading them up on the printer right now. I think the job is still spooling in Digital Factory, but once we get that all situated, I'll let you guys know how long it is. It looks really long already. Oh my goodness, it is. I already have the dimensions for it. 2,500 inches. So just doing some quick math here. Let me pull up the calculator. 2,513 divided by 12. That's 209 feet divided by 30 feet an hour. This is going to take 7 hours to print. 7 hours to print this job. Hopefully we have enough materials to get through this, because this is going to be a big order for sure. I guess that's what Michaela is going to be working on for basically all of today. In the meantime though, I have to spend some time preparing one of our customers' artwork. They paid for the artwork preparation fee, so I gotta create that from the images that they sent me, load up the designs that we have in Etsy into Deco Network, print off the transparencies for today's custom screen printing order, and get the screens burned. And then later this afternoon we have to print those. I also have to run to GSG later this afternoon to get the automatic size screens. And then I think we also need some 12.5-inch transfer paper, so get some of that as well. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a busy day. Gonna have to stay focused and productive to make sure that we can get everything accomplished. Let's see if we can do it, get it done. Okay guys, time is currently 12:25. I have the ink taped up, or I have the screen taped up and inked up. I have a transfer sheet under here. The press is ready to go. Let's go ahead and give it a try, see what happens, guys. First time actually running a press on this. Guys, I got you in video mode. Let's go ahead and check this out, guys. I am nervous, to say the least, but it should be all right. Okay. So we have a good flood stroke, but it seems like we might need more pressure. I think I definitely need to increase the pressure. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, a good amount of time has passed since I last recorded. I have just been running tests, trying to get this perfect. I don't think that I have been able to get a single perfect one. This is probably my closest, but if you still see right down there, there's a bit of problems. So just still not exactly perfect. I think it's just going to take a little bit more fine tuning to get everything straightened out with that. But yeah, I have to call it here. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to run our job on it today. So just bring the carriage down, clear the ink out of the screen, and this is how we will leave it until we have more time to work on it. But in the meantime, guys, I am going to get started working on our custom screen printing orders. We have a good bit of orders that have to be printed. I still have to print the transparencies for them, so let's go ahead and get to that. Then we can burn the screens. All right. Guys, time is 3:43, and if you look at that, let me pull it out for you. That right there, friends, is a perfect print. Guys, she is running. The only problem now is that we have to walk the transfers all the way over here to the powdering station because we have no way of moving the thing as it weighs like 400 pounds. So hopefully we can borrow my neighbor's pallet jack tomorrow. But man, guys, we are running our first job on the press. This is insane, guys. Time is 5:55, almost 6 o'clock. Just got the full colors for the 168 order that we have to press tomorrow. All wrapped up. Got the orders already dropped off at UPS, but I forgot one. So I gotta go run back there, drop that order off, and then we will be good to go, man. Whew, it was a long day today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better and we can manage our time more efficiently since we got that auto all the way up and running. Good afternoon, guys. 12:36 Wednesday afternoon. Michaela just ran to HEB to get some lunch for us. Today has been a busy day to say the least, guys. As you guys are seeing probably right now, Michaela and I moved the screen printing press over to its home, got the air compressor set up all over there, and ran a quick test just to make sure nothing got screwed up when we were moving it around the shop. We just ended up putting it on some furniture dollies, which worked out pretty well. I got the thing moved and no problem. So everything is in its home over there for our fully automatic screen printing press. Today we have a order for one of our best clients, actually, some t-shirts, and it's 7 different t-shirts and I think like 15 shirts per design. So we have that to do today. We also have a 2-color job that we have to do today. It's only like 16 sheets, but I don't know. Ever since we've gotten the DTF printer, I've really like hated taking on 2-color screen print transfer jobs. Doing more than one color screen print transfers are basically like pretty hard as it is. And it's just like, I just don't see the reason for it with like DTF transfers being a thing, especially in most cases since they end up being like vastly cheaper than ordering 2-color screen print transfers. Like, don't get me wrong, screen print transfers are amazing for like high quantity single color designs. If you have like 100 one-color designs for screen print, or if you need like 100 one-color designs, screen print transfers are definitely the way to go. Like, for example, we would be at $2.28 per sheet. However, for our DTF transfers, the same print would be like $4.87 per sheet. So screen print transfers definitely have their place. It's just like, I personally am not really interested in printing more than one color for screen print transfers, especially at such low quantities like this. So it's actually 2 different designs, 8 sheets each, 2 colors on each design. So yeah, something like this is honestly perfect for DTF. I tried to convince the customer of it, but they didn't like the feel of DTF, they said. So whatever, no big deal. We're happy to oblige. Got to get that done. The t-shirt order that I mentioned earlier, and then we also have a 100 screen printing order that was placed on our website that has to go out. We're going to use the automatic for that. It's already 12:39 like I mentioned, so we are really running out of time. I think it's going to be another late one today. I don't even know, man. It's just like the time has gotten away from me today. Haven't had any time to film. We got the press moved over. I had to reclaim some high mesh screens because the t-shirt designs we were using have halftones, and typically we barely even use high mesh screens, so I didn't have enough. Had to get some of those reclaimed, print out all the transparencies for those. We typically use AccuRip to print our transparencies that have halftones. But if you guys know anything about AccuRip, they only have a 1-year trial or a 1-year license. So our license had expired and we needed to renew that. It was just a whole big mess this morning. Hopefully now we can get back on track. I got the screens drying. Just one more transparency to print for the 2 colors, and then those will be good to go. Then we have to print the transparency for the 100 single color screen print transfer order that I mentioned. And yeah, a lot of stuff to do. The full color is running right now. We've also been, that thing has been working since we got in this morning. Basically 20 minutes after we got in, we started the full color, and it has been cranking out orders. Right now we're running WW transfer designs since we're a little bit behind on those. Get the WW transfer designs printed, and then after those we have our custom full colors that still have to get printed. So it is a busy day to say the least. What really kind of sucks about this is I didn't anticipate this being a busy day, so it kind of hit me out of left field, whatever the phrase is, but whatever, no big deal. Just got to take it by the horns and make the most of our day. Like I said, I got the screens drying there. The transparency is about to be done printing, so then I can start burning the last set of screens for the 2 color job. And yeah, hopefully Michaela gets back. We can eat some lunch real quick and get busy on all this work. All right guys, got the test tee all ran for this design. Everything turned out great. Going to get started on these next. It's this like blue tie-dye. Basically the whole order is tie-dye. Just different designs on different color tie-dyes. So going to be running this one. And then I got the other shirts all sorted and ready to go. So next up we'll be doing the green and the pink, purple, and I think that's like summer rainbow. And then we also have these infant ones with like some ears right there on the head. They're pretty cute. We have to use the youth platen for these, but no big deal. I think we're going to be on track to get this done, but I think that 2 color job is going to have to wait till tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that today. I still am planning on getting that screen printing order out, the 100 1 color screen printing. Hopefully we can get that out today, plus the t-shirts right here. And then we won't have to ship the t-shirts that I'm printing now 2 days. If we were to ship them tomorrow, we would need to ship them 2 days. But if we ship them today, we can get away with ground. And the box is pretty large and heavy, so I would much rather pay UPS ground than 2 day. Guys, some time has passed. I got the shirts all wrapped up. It's about 4:35. Got them boxed up and ready to go. Was able to fit them all in one box, so that's awesome. Also got the 100 screen print order that we have to do loaded up on the auto, and got everything tuned in for white. I was having a little bit of trouble with the pressure in the middle of the design, weirdly enough, but just turned up the pressure a little bit on the machine, and that took care of that problem. So we are going to go ahead and bang this out, see how the new configuration works with the auto over here. Michaela will be right here powdering and throwing them into the dryer. Should be pretty simple. I got a nice chair too, so whoever is operating the auto gets to sit down. Not too bad. Guys, got those all wrapped up. Everything went super well during it. I really can't believe it. The whole time we were doing it, I was just thinking, like, this is seriously amazing. I can't believe that this is actually happening. We don't have to print our screen print transfers anymore. We just sit there and put a piece of paper on the press. This is insane, guys. And with white, oh, guys, I hate printing white. So, oh, this is insane, guys. I can't believe we have finally made it to this point. And it's honestly, like, kind of annoying to me. I was thinking during it, like, this wasn't that expensive. Like, we could have just, for the screen printing manual press that we have, and we got the dryer, we got all of that equipment for like $4,000, and we got that for like $2,000, well, $2,600 with shipping, but then we got like 600 back, so like $2,000. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just something to that I was thinking about while the press was printing for me. That was an amazing feeling. Got all of our full color orders packaged up. It was a big day, like I was saying. And Michaela is just finishing putting all of the screen print transfers that we just printed in a nice even pile. We will get that packaged up and dropped off. Man, today was a big day. Hopefully I got a little bit more footage for you guys today. I think I got a few time lapses for you, so hopefully you guys enjoyed those. But today was a big day. Tomorrow should be maybe a little bit lighter. We have to press those 168 shirts sometime. They're due on May 9th, and the client's like pretty cool. They're willing to work with us. They just need them by May 9th, so I'm not sure exactly when we're gonna get those printed. It's gonna take even like probably 3 hours to get it all cut up from the roll. So it's gonna take probably a whole day's work to get all of those t-shirts printed. All right, I'll show you guys real quick. That's one roll, and then we had to switch rolls because the printer wouldn't roll up the gigantic roll anymore. But yeah, gonna get out of here pretty soon. It's 5:10 right now, so we got to make it over to the UPS. I think the last pickup is around 6:15, so got to head on out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, evening, honestly, time is 5:01. I haven't had any time to film today. Today has been a crazy, chaotic day. I don't even know where to start. Got all of everything is a mess. We have just been working like dogs, and cleaning has fallen to the bottom of the list, but we really got to get that figured out because I don't want to be unorganized. Unorganized shops lead to problems. You could forget something, leave something out, but anyways, got all of the full color transfers caught up for the 168 t-shirt order that we got to do later this week. I think we might try and get it started on it tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to get it finished. Like I said, it's just due for the customer by May 9th. So as long as we get it to them by then, we will be all good. All right. Yeah, it's just today, it seemed like nothing was going right. Those two colors were giving us a big problem. We ran out of film for the DTF printer, and I had been, so this was just a complete goof on my part. I really planned poorly for this. I wanted to try some film from Aviva Wholesale. They have a good deal on it, and they offer bulk pricing, so if it worked out, that would have been great. However, the film that I got, I have the problem where the powder is sticking to the film, and no matter like what setting I have the shaker on and whatever, there's just like static cling building up to the film, building up on the film, causing the powder to stick. So that's going to be a no-go, I think, the Aviva film. I switched right back to the Instapeel, which we had a little bit laying around, and worked perfectly fine with the same settings on the dryer. So I definitely do think that it is a film problem. This has happened to us once before with DTF Superstore's V2 version of the film. It's like a cold hot peel, and we had the same problem where it's like a double-sided film, but this one from Aviva is actually only a single-sided. I thought that it was going to be double-sided films that caused me the problem, but I actually think it just might be this type of coating that is used on the film that really just causes the static to build up. The same coating being that Aviva uses the same coating as DTF Superstore does on their V2 one, and maybe that's what the reason for the static buildup and the powder sticking to the film is. But yeah, that was a problem, so we were kind of like, what the hell do? We need film, obviously. So we just used the rest of the instant peel that we had to get through the jobs for the day, so that worked out. But we want to go to GSG and give the film that they're selling a try, see if that works out. If that does work out, that would be pretty nice because we could just buy from GSG locally rather than having to pay for shipping from DTF Superstore for our film. So we were just like trying to figure everything out. Everything was such a mess. Nothing seemed to be going our way today. We ended up getting all of the orders printed, so that's a good thing. But man, guys, it was a tough day. This weekend, I talked to Michaela and bribed her into reading this book, The E-Myth Revisited. E-Myth Mastery Revisited is the title of it. It's like a super solid book, and I've been trying to, like, over the past couple of weeks convey some of the knowledge that I've learned in the book, but I really can't do it justice. The author does a much better job than I could ever do. So I kind of bribed Michaela into reading that book, and then hopefully this weekend we can have like a little work summit and just try and really figure out this business so that we can get an employee in here ASAP, because with the work that we're turning around in here, it's amazing that we've been able to do it this long with just a two-man job, and the gray hairs really show how the grit that it's taken to pull it off so far. So it's really time that we get an employee in here, so we just got to sit down this weekend and figure out the exact game plan to do that as soon as possible. But in the meantime, I think Michaela's about ready to go. I'm certainly ready to go, so we're going to head out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, this is my third time trying to film this clip. The first time my microphone was off, and then the second time the clip got cut short because my phone ran out of storage. So, what's up guys? 4/16, Friday afternoon. It has been a crazy day. I tried to record a clip earlier this afternoon, but yeah, like I said, the microphone goofed on that. It was really a goof on my part. We've been printing orders all day. Screen printing orders on the auto. Everything's been working real well. We just had a slight problem where some of the letters on the transfers were getting knocked off from the other transfers falling in the dryer. I can show you guys real quick. It's probably hard to understand, but let's see, what do we got? What happened to this one? I can't tell very easily. Yeah, like right here, you can see the L is kind of coming up. And that basically is from when they're coming out of the dryer, from like one hitting the other and like kind of like scraping it off like that. So we kind of had to devise this little ramp thing to try and slow the transfers down. And it seemed to work for the most part. I think we ended up going through like 10 transfers and they had some sort of problem with them. So I guess it's not the worst 10 transfers. But there was another problem with that order, so we were only supposed to be printing 100 sheets. However, there was a miscommunication in the team with Michaela and I, and no one actually counted the sheets, so we ended up just printing through this whole pile, and the whole pile was 174 sheets. So the customer is a lucky one today. She's going to be getting 74 extra sheets than she ordered, but I don't think that she will be complaining about that. No big deal. Hopefully lands us some goodwill with the customer. In the meantime though, we have two more jobs we need to get screen printed. This one right here, 24 sheets, and then another screen that we have about to be loaded up right here, 72 sheets on that one. Got the squeegee cleaned, got the squeegee flood bar, or the flood bar cleaned, as well as the squeegee holder. The reason I bring that up is because we only do have one at the time, and I reached out to Systemic Automation for a quote on getting some additional squeegee holders and flood bars. And the quote was not great news. So the squeegee holder is $22 per inch. So quick math there is that it's like $350 for a 16-inch squeegee holder, and that's just the holder, not the squeegee blade itself. And then the flood bar is like $15 per inch, and you need to get an extra inch on each side. So that is not the greatest news, because I wanted to get a few squeegee holders, maybe like 8 or so. That would be pretty good. We could keep a couple for standard colors that commonly get used, one for black, one for white, and then other standard colors that are common. But I don't know if that's really like the best play here. I don't know if dropping $350 on a squeegee is worth it. I mean, definitely, I think I just have to look at it a little differently. It'll save us a lot of time having to go and clean the squeegees each time versus just being able to have a squeegee dedicated to that color that we can pull off of the rack. So when I think about it that way, I guess it is worth it, and it'll pay for itself over time. It's just that upfront cost is going to be something substantial. So maybe it's something that we'll have to break out into each month get a few squeegees, and then hopefully in like 6 months we can have a full stock of squeegees, one for each color that we have on our standard colors for the website. So that's what we got going. If you guys remember from yesterday, we were having the problem with the film, so we had to run to Aviva Wholesale try out their film. It was really just a goof on our part because we didn't allocate enough stock from DTF Superstore's cold peel film. And then when we went to reorder, DTF Superstore was on pre-order for them, so we weren't able to get them shipped out right away. So that kind of left us in a predicament. Had to try and source some film locally, so we tried Aviva's film, but we were having the problem where the static was building up on the film, so it was kind of rendering the end product useless because once the powder went through the conveyor dryer, it all hadn't been knocked off of the film where there wasn't a design printed. So then when you would go to transfer the transfer to a t-shirt, you would have some like white flakes on the sides of the design, which is obviously undesirable and wouldn't pass our quality standards. So that is a problem that we've been facing. And like I said, I think this is due to the static pressure building up in the machine because we tried running one without using the dryer, just cutting it as it came off of the printer, powdering it by hand, and then just throwing it through the conveyor dryer that we typically use for t-shirts, and didn't have the problem with the powder sticking to the film. So that leads me to believe that it's a static pressure buildup issue. I ordered this little fan on Amazon. It's called an ionizing fan, and apparently it just blows like ionized air, and we can kind of like maybe configure it so that it would hit the film before it went into the powder shaker and just kind of neutralize any static pressure that had built up on the film so that when it does make it to the powder shaker, it's nice and like ready to be powdered, and no excess powder will stick to the film where it isn't wanted. So that's due to be delivered tomorrow. Hopefully we can give it a try on Monday. Maybe we'll come in this weekend and give it a try, who knows. But that's where we're at right now. We got to get these jobs printed. It's taken me like 22 minutes to film this clip because the first time I tried to redo the clip that I filmed this afternoon, my phone stopped recording because I was out of storage. So I had to redo this for the third time basically. Thanks for sticking around so much in the vlog. Let's go ahead and get this loaded up on the press. I have to teach Michaela the ins and outs of loading it up, so let's check it out. I'll bring you guys along. To do everything, I will tell you what to do.
Put the squeegee on first?
No. Put on the screen. Same way you took it off. Okay, and then yeah, you want to make it like an inch away from each bolt. Looks good, and then keep your hand. You already got it. Look at who listens and is paying attention. Oh well. Did you enjoy it? For you guys listening, she's talking about the E-Myth Mastery. I told you guys that I bribed her to read this book, so she just said that she finished it. So how did you like the book?
It was good.
Okay, putting on the squeegee or the flood bar is next. You can put on the flood bar first. Where is that? What'd you say?
They both should be over there.
All right, grab the flood bar. Pull this forward. It's going to probably be back there. And then that goes this way. Yeah. So you got to stick it under there. And then it goes, there's some notches in here, and those fit into here. No, there's a notch right here, and that fits in, yeah.
Why isn't that second?
Try putting your hand here and getting it. There you go.
Which one goes in?
This one.
The middle?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right, and then that goes the bottom. It latches on from the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
No.
So you put this latch down here under that hook, and then yeah, and then it's hooked down. All right, so now we got to put the squeegee on. So we're gonna do carriage up. Okie doke. Go grab the squeegee. All right, so turn it on. All right, so the squeegee is raised now. It's gonna make it easier to get it on there. So you see how there's those notches on there? The notches on, no, so that's the front. So yeah, we're gonna go like that, and you're gonna feed it into there. You gotta kind of feather it and get both of them in at the same time.
What?
So yeah, press down on that side. You're almost in that on your side. There you go. You did it. Okay, and then there's these pins. That pin is right there. But this pin is attached to the machine. So you line up the holes, you put it in. You gotta press that button when you're putting it in. Okay, you're good. It's in. But I think you just forced it in. Okie doke. You're good to go. Ink up and go. All right, guys, time is 5:45. This week has been absolutely crazy. Like absolutely crazy. Probably the craziest week we've had in like the really long time. Outside of the holiday season, this is like the craziest week we've ever had. If you guys are still hanging around at this point in the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys watching this long. If you aren't already subscribed, please feel free to hit the big red subscribe button down below. It would really make me feel better. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this week. I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for watching. Sorry this week was a little chaotic everywhere. It was like that for me too.